This is a fun little score I made at my local used record shop. It's an old mid-70s Sansui Reverb amp. It's made for home stereos. It's fairly subtle, not super exciting. Looked around a little bit on eBay. I found out these are actually fairly common and not very expensive. So I've decided to take this from a home stereo reverb amp and modify it to be more suitable for use in a home studio. So I'm going to make this the first in a series of videos where I'm going to describe the process and show you how this thing works. First off, you have reverb on, off, and whether or not you want to record the reverb to your tape deck. Input selection, B or A, and whether or not you're transferring A to B or B to A for the two tape deck inputs. And this is just reverb time, which is connected to this fun old pulley system that has some polarized glass or something in there, and as you turn up the reverb it gets blurry. It's kind of fun. But as I said, I'm going to modify this. I've got some good ideas. This is the first video. I'll look at the schematic in another video and kind of show you the way through and then have a summary at the end. So I'm anticipating about 4 videos for this. I'll now unplug it, turn it around, and give you a view of the back. Here's the back panel, very simple. You got the reverb amp in and out, and you have tape deck A and B, play and record connections. It's really simple. Now it's also got a nice little ground wire, which I'm going to probably hook up, hoping it'll quiet this down a little bit. It is a little bit hissy like most 70s gear, but it seems to have really hot signals and likes really hot signals, and I think it's gonna be a good fit in the studio. So this is the back, and now I'll rig it up and run some sound through it. Alright, this is the setup I have in Ableton Live. In the top track was some source samples. I have 2 vocal clips, and followed by a little Juno 106 sequence by Legowelt, and some shakers at the end. I repeated each one twice, so you could hear it once dry, once totally wet. And then basically I sent the output of this through Ascend out of my audio interface, which then goes into the reverb. It came back into Ableton, and then I recorded it down here on what is the 3rd track. So I sent a mono send because this is only a mono reverb. It does have stereo outputs though, so I sent a mono send and took a stereo track as the output. So these dry samples that I'm going to play are actually through the unit, so they have been through the circuitry. So here's my setup over here, and yeah, it's coming out through the patch bay, getting routed up through this bundle of cables here, and up here into the reverb. So let's see what it sounds like.
Can you identify these everyday sounds? Can you identify these everyday sounds? Recorded at precisely 33 1/3 RPM. Recorded at precisely 33 1/3 RPM.
So, as you can no doubt tell, this is a very particular sounding reverb. It's, kind of splashy and springy, like many reverbs are, many spring reverbs are. Obviously it'll work great on a guitar sound. That's where you hear the most. But I kind of liked how it sounded on the shaker, and you could hear it totally overloaded on the Legowelt sample. So there's obviously something, I think, in the high end of that track that this thing totally did not like, but that's stuff we'll experiment with. But in the next video, I'm going to take a peek at the schematic, kind of show you what's going on inside. As I mentioned earlier, this is a mono in, stereo out unit. They actually sum the 2 inputs together before they send it to the reverb, and we can show how that works in the schematic, and talk about it a little bit more. So check back for the next video. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please like and subscribe, and share this with anybody you know that might enjoy it. Thanks.